So whenever you're running a Rails app on your local computer or through Cloud9, it runs through a bash terminal. So, like the commands you have is like Rails S. It'll use a bash command terminal to do that. And what you need to do is set the environment variables. If you have any secret tokens that you get from an API, you never want to store it on an actual repository. And I had a really bad experience with this. I had an AWS um, key that was stored in GitHub, and there's people that actually go and sort out these things on GitHub so they can take it and use it and charge you for it. So make sure you don't ever put your keys or tokens inside of a file that's stored in like some public repository like GitHub. Make sure it's private if you are going to do so, but best practice is not to do it unless it's private and you're pretty confident that no one's going to get to it. So how you do it is you go here. There's a couple things you need to know. It could be in two different files. It could either be in a bash RC file or a bash profile folder. And these are kind of secret files that you don't really see that's inside of your actual computer. So to access it, we're gonna go nano. So nano is actually a code editor or text editor that's built into every bash terminal. So you can use nano, and what you do is you put this in, and I think with Cloud9 it's bash rc. So you go dot bash, and to check if it's there you press tab, and you can see that we have a bash alias. So if you press tab twice, it'll show you the files that you need, or the files that they have in there. So you have a bash rc, so most likely it's your bash rc. So if you go nano bash rc and then press enter, this is the actual text editor, and you want to go all the way down and add a new entry to that. So here you're going to want to export. So you go export, and then you want to put in what the name of the token is, or the name of the key of your value is. I think yours is Shopify key or something like that. So, or not Shopify, but Stripe key API or something. So it'd be, Stripe key API, or whatever it is, right? So let's just say Stripe key. Oh, and these Stripe key. And let's just make another one. For example, you can do anything. It could be any key and value. So it could be export, and I can have bill, and this could be bill tran, and we can, let's save that. So to save, you put Control X, and then it'll ask you to confirm, and you want to press Y and then enter, and then that should save that file for you. And so now you save the file, but you actually have to reset your terminal or your bash command line. So how to do that is you go source, and then you want to source that file bash rc. So what we're going to do is, what it does is it refreshes. So source actually refreshes that and adds the new stuff in it. So you press bash rc. Not valid. Oh, so I think I know what's wrong with that. So let's go back and let's fix it. So go back to nano batch RC, press enter. Let's go down all the way to the bottom. So the problem is that it doesn't like those hyphens. It likes the underscore. So let's change these to underscore. And save that. And usually those are like capital letters or something like that. That's common syntax that they use. But I think yours is a little different. So whatever your config file says, just put it in like that. So we're going to save again, and let's source that again. So if you press up, you can go to source your old commands. And so now it's been sourced. So let's clear this out, Command K, and let's go. What you want to do is you want to go Rails and then C to go into your Rails console. So that way you're actually in your Rails app. And what you want to do is, what I would do is copy and paste whatever you had in there, which was environment and then this and the name. So if I go Bill right now, it'll tell me the actual key that it was equal to. So see, Beltran. And you want to do the same thing. You can do the same thing for Slack. Stripe. API key. I think that's what it's called. No. Key. What was it called? I forgot what I called it, but let's exit. So to exit out of there, you do exit. That'll exit out of your Rails console. So let's go nano. So another way you can just view your file is press cat.bash rc, and that will just print out what you already have. That's what I actually want. So let's go Rails C again. Let's paste that in, and then see, that's how you set your key. So what you want to do is grab the name of that environment, to export whatever the name is, and then equal to your API key. And I don't know if you have one, but you might have to sign up for Stripe to get your API key and whatever else that you need.